Wanish back here with you atop the Crow's Nest here at the Noble Complex. Oklahoma Baptist and Northwestern Oklahoma State women's basketball coming up on the network here at 5:30. The men and women both return to action Saturday afternoon at Southeastern and back home for rivalry night part 2 against Southern Nazarene. Right now, that's a men's-women's doubleheader Monday night at 5:30 and at 7:30. Time now to catch our pregame comments with first-year head coach Bo Overton.
Coach, back home tonight for a return match against Northwestern Oklahoma State. Before we take a look at this game, let's look back to last Saturday against Southwestern. And before we came on, I had made the comment to you that I thought the first 2 periods, 20 minutes of that ball game, really were probably the best half of basketball you've played in this young season.
Really did. I thought we fought hard. Execution, offense and defense early in that game, I thought was spot on. You just have to give Southwestern credit. They're a really talented team that can really shoot the ball. I thought we let their point guard, get away from us a little bit in the second half, making some threes, and then us again just taking care of the ball. We just got to keep getting better and get a little more tougher taking care of the ball. And once we get better with that stuff, I think we'll be okay.
Speaking of point guard play, and this goes without saying, you're a much different team with Jalen Stapleton out there on the floor. And I had mentioned to you that that's a difficult matchup first time out after an injury because they're going to be real physical with you. They're going to play full courts. And I thought by and large she handled fatigue and did a good job with the basketball.
She really did. And then I thought that, not only with her speed out there, but then I thought the other players, JC having to handle the ball some, Carissa having to handle the ball some. I thought they did a good job, and we have River that didn't get in that game, but we'll get in tonight that can back us up with the ball, and we just have to keep working, keep getting better, and I think they are.
Jalen had talked earlier in the week, 3 point guards work together, being River, Romine, and Avery's in. Mm-hmm. I think they have to like the way Jalen, who's been through a lot of these battles, has helped River, who's really in her first full season of action, and then the freshman Avery.
She really does, and having that experience, you can really tell. And I love the way that River and Avery play, but right now the experience is what we have to have on the floor. And those two, are coming along fine. But I love the fact that Jalen helps them and takes care of them, and that's just going to make us better as a team.
As a head coach, what do you do to try to limit these turnovers, because they are at a very critical amount right now, and offensively you're just not there yet to be able to overcome that many points off your mistakes?
Well, you work and you prepare, and that's what we've been doing, since Weatherford, and I think we've gotten better. I think they can, when they come in and can see the film and see what our spacing is, why are we turning it over. They can see that, they can take it out on the floor, and we had I think we've had a great 3 days of practice here that we've gotten better.
Important stretch run for you, at least in the first go-around of the conference season. You're starting to get rematches now, and you're going to play 3 games in 5 days. So what you've been able to work on earlier in the week is going to pay off because there's not a lot of practice time right now.
Well, it will, and like I've talked about with the team is, we just played a first round. And we're going to get 4 of these rounds. And as long as we, you never stay the same. So as long as we keep getting better, keep executing what we're trying to do, I just feel like we're playing pretty good defense and rebounding the ball good. As long as we keep getting better at that, and like you said a while ago, now just take care of the ball and get shots up, and let's see what happens.
You see these girls every single day. You see how much work and effort and heart and tears and sweat they put into this process. As you look back over the first month, Bo, and you look at where they are now to where they were, do you really even recognize this team? And I ask you that because you see them every day, unlike us and certainly fans.
Well, you really can notice the improvement of everybody. And I think that's the big thing about our team is they do work extremely hard. This stuff they've had to go through right now, being in the kind of the bubble we're in, and what that's done mentally to them. I just really appreciate the hard work they've put in, and they play extremely hard. And as long as they keep doing that, they're going to improve in everything else.
Northwestern in town today for a return game from almost 2 weeks ago when they beat us by 9 up in Alva. There were so many first 3 periods to take away from that game. Highfield came in, played extremely well. I thought Weber was good off of the bench. You're going to have size today because Northwestern does present problems on the baseline.
That was the problem, and we've got to fix that today. I think the fact that We put them on the line, I think, 28 times. You just can't do that to a good team like this, and especially a good player like as good a player as Bailey is. Where I think she shot 14 free throws. So we got to make sure that we're protecting that paint, taking easy shots from them. They rebound it, and so we're all 5 of us as a team got to go on the ball. And I'm sitting on the bench. I might try to go get a couple rebounds too if I can.
How important is it just to crack through and get that first victory? Because you've been so close in so many games. These girls need a shot of something positive, don't they?
I don't think there's any doubt about that. That's why I'm so excited about this week. We got a round through, like I talked about. Now let's play again, and they deserve it. They deserve it. The hard work they put in, and I'm excited for them to get one.
Do you feel better as a head coach just going through this league one time? I mean, now you know the personnel, you know the coaches.
No question. No, it's helping. It's helping our staff, and it's helping our players too. A lot of these players, it's the first time that they've seen the speed of this game at this level, and you can tell we're getting better. And as long as they keep putting the work in and trying hard, then they're going to be okay.
OBU women's basketball coach Bo Overton in his first season here on Bison Hill. In March, he was named the 10th women's head basketball coach in school history. Northwestern, they have struggled to score. They're averaging 58.5 a game, being outscored by 7.5 points per contest. They're allowing 66, so the Lady Ranger defense still has been solid. OBU's defense, a little bit misleading after giving up over 90 against Southwestern. Scott, in the half-court set, they are playing good defense. We've talked about it every time out, and it's not just the cliche from you or I or Bo Overton. They're giving up 69.6 points per ball game, but again, 36% of that total is coming off live ball turnovers that are directly resulting in the opponent's points.
You're exactly right, Todd. I think OBU did a great job at Northwestern coming out on the three-point shooters around the perimeter. And then last Saturday against Southwestern, Makaira Tramble, one of the top players in the conference, was limited to like 5 points at halftime before she got going, and those were all trash points at the very end.
OBU in the first meeting actually outshot Northwestern on the Lady Rangers' home floor, 38% to 33%. Neither team shot very well from three-point range, and both are towards the bottom of the Great American Conference in team field goal offensive percentage. But again, as Bo alluded to, it's tough to defend people when they're on the foul line. Northwestern shot 28 free throws. Now, that's only 5 more than the Lady Bison attempted. OBU was 17 of 23. The Lady Rangers were 21 of 28. Bailey Brown, who is one of the best to ever put on a Northwestern uniform, continued her very solid play against Oklahoma Baptist, 19 points and 12 rebounds. But Bailey, that afternoon, in her first game of the season after missing 2 non-conference tilts for the Lady Rangers, only put up 4 made baskets. OBU, I thought, was very good against her in the paint. And again, 11 of her 19 points came from the foul line, where she was 11 of 14. This is a tough matchup in one sense for OBU, and that's Maya Johnson and Bailey Brown. For the most part, especially against Brown, I thought OBU did a good job defending Brown in the first game. They have to do a much better job if they're going to get their first victory here tonight.
Yes, definitely. OBU had multiple block shots, 5 block shots in that game, 3 from Highfield, just a freshman, sneaking up from behind, mostly on the perimeter shooters. But Maya Johnson cannot have her way inside. Bailey Brown, as you mentioned, did not have her way inside, had a lot of altered shots, a lot of errant shots that missed the goal completely. But like you said, she had 14 free throw attempts.
Northwestern comes in 1-3 of the conference. They've dropped 3 straight since that 9-point home court victory nearly 2 weeks ago at Percival Fieldhouse in Alva. The Lady Rangers are 0-2 on the road this season. They have lost at Southwestern 93-47. They lost by 10 on Saturday afternoon in Ada, 58-48. All-time, Northwestern leads the Division II Series 6-5. OBU, though, in all meetings, including the NAIA battles, 36-19 against Northwestern Oklahoma State. More pregame as we get you ready for the starting lineups and the opening tip coming up shortly from the Noble Complex. It's the Lady Rangers and the Bison tonight right here on the OBU Basketball Network.
We can't walk in your shoes or work right beside you, but we can be here for you in money, in life. We get it. We're on this path together, you and TFCU, Tinker Federal Credit Union.
Bill McIntyre of McIntyre Law. We have over 100 years of experience fighting for Oklahomans injured in automobile or semi-trucking accidents. Distracted driving is an epidemic. According to government studies, there are 1.6 million accidents caused each year by distracted drivers using cell phones. 1 in 4 of all crashes now involve texting and driving. If you have been injured and want to learn more about your rights, call us right now. The consultation is free.
We love what we do, and we're good at it. We are trial lawyers. Call McIntyre Law today.
And Shawnee, before tip-off tonight, Northwestern Oklahoma State and Oklahoma Baptist. OBU still looking for their first victory of the season. They're 0-2 here at home, and they overall have lost 8 straight home games. Overall, though, the Lady Bison have lost 14 straight, dating back to last season. Let's listen in to the national anthem. Only action tonight for the second time. It's Oklahoma Baptist and Northwestern Oklahoma State. Time out to take a look at tonight's starting lineup. First of all, for Tash Hasselhorst, season at Northwestern. 134. Scout Frame will start. She's a 5'10 senior from Kinsley, Kansas. Had 2 points, 2 rebounds, and assists in the first meeting. Scout averages 8.2 points and 4.5 rebounds per start. Cass Reeves, a 5'8 junior from Kingston, will start. She had 6 points and was number 1 in minutes off the bench with 16 against OBU 2 weeks ago up at Alva. She averages 4.7 points per ball game and 2.3 rebounds. Maya Johnson will start, a 6'1 redshirt junior from St. Louis, Missouri. She had a double-double despite battling foul trouble, 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 21 minutes of play in the first meeting. Lizzie Shepard will make her 4th start, first in 2 games against OBU. She's a 5'9 freshman from Veneta, averaging 5.5 points, 1.7 rebounds, and Bailey Brown, who averages 15.3 points per game to go along with 10 rebounds, currently 5th all-time in school history at Northwestern in rebounding. 19-12 against OBU completes the starting lineup. Oklahoma Baptist will go with this lineup. Malou Savannah, a 5'10 sophomore from Denmark. Also starting is Jalen Stapleton, a 5'5 senior from Meade, Kansas. Carissa Price will get the start, a 5'10 senior from Midwest City Carl Albert High School. Mo Southern out of Elk City, a 5'11 sophomore, starts, as does Andrea Petroraita, the junior from Lithuania, coming off a 13-point outing against Southwestern Saturday afternoon in Weatherford, matching her career high from another road game last year at Rogers State. OBU's leading scorer this year is Jalen Stapleton at 12 points per ball game. Their leading rebounder on the season, averaging 5.8 retrievals per contest, is Andrea Petroraita. That is tonight's pregame show. Stay tuned for the opening tip-off. It's Oklahoma Baptist and Northwestern Oklahoma State, and it's coming up next on the Bison Radio Network. Both starters have been introduced. We're moments away from tip-off. Meeting number 2 of 4 scheduled between Northwestern and OBU. Northwestern currently carries a 4-game win streak into the series after defeating OBU at Alva on the 9th of January, 65-56. OBU leads the all-time series, as we mentioned earlier, 36-19. OBU 3-2 in the Division II era against Northwestern and Shawnee. Last year was a 15-point Lady Ranger victory here, 76-61. That was early in the year, November 23rd of 2020. Lady Rangers out on the floor first. Their road black, white, and red. Oklahoma Baptist in the home gold and green with a touch of white trim. OBU will go from right to left. Northwestern Oklahoma State from left to right. And here we go. Single women's only game tonight between the Bison and the Lady Rangers, and Maya Johnson and company control the opening tip. OBU quickly retreats and gets into that 2-3 zone, which has been good in a half-court set this season. Wing right within his frame. She'll leave it back out high. With the basketball is Cass Reeves, the sharp shooting guard from Kingston, Oklahoma. Out top with it is Bailey Brown. Back to Reeves. Underneath to Johnson. They look for a cutting Bailey Brown, and an offensive foul is called against Maya Johnson. Not only was it a double team that came quickly, but they triple teamed Maya Johnson, and Northwestern gives it up on their first trip down the floor.
Good defense all the way around by Andrea Petrarida, staying in between Maya Johnson and the basket, and then Malou Savannah on the backside, sneaking up from behind, really put Johnson in a trap.
Northwestern only forced 8 turnovers in the game at Alva. In fact, they were outpointed 23-8 in points off turnovers, another big difference in that first round loss. Out high with it is Price with the left hand, pulls up in the paint, tried a back rim jump shot, missed it from 13 feet. Maya Johnson with a rebound. Up ahead to Reeves, she swings it left side. Lizzie Shepard whips it down low to Bailey Brown, out high to Reeves, she'll measure a 3. That one back rim's no good. Johnson fights for the rebound, and a foul underneath, and I think they're looking at the Lithuanian Andrea Petrarida, and that'll be the first foul of the evening against OBU.
OBU had triple team Maya Johnson down low, tried to block her out, but Johnson still came away with the rebound.
9:16 to play, first period. No score between the two lowest scoring teams in the conference, both averaging less than 60 points. And I have no idea who Reeves was throwing right wing. I guess she was looking for Lizzie Shepard, who just stood there as the ball sails out of bounds. 2 trips offensively down the floor, 2 turnovers for the Lady Rangers.
And part of that had to do with Jalen Stapleton trying to anticipate that pass and snuck behind the defense. It kind of made the inbounder hesitate a bit.
Stapleton to Price, slides left, and about a 3 is covered up. Now goes left side for Jalen Stapleton, who had double figures in her return Saturday at Southwestern. Pulls up at the foul line, knocks down the jump shot. It's an and 1 as she was hit hard on the left arm, and will have a chance to make it a 3-0 advantage after the first foul of the contest is called on Lizzie Shepard. That's actually the second against Northwestern.
Good job by Stapleton being strong with the basketball, following through to get the and 1.
Jalen spins the free throw out. OBU has done one thing well offensively, and that's shoot free throws this year. Among the league best at 80.5%. They convert almost 12.5 of 15-plus foul attempts this season. Left quarter is Shepard, bounces it for Brown to the baseline against Petrarida. Out high with it is Reeves. She'll fire a 3. It's too strong. And the rebound to Andrea. Already a great adjustment by Bo Overton, making Northwestern a jump shooting team.
Took the words out of my mouth. Bo Overton with a 2-3 zone, forcing all the way back on the baseline, making Northwestern shoot 3s.
Savannah called for a push-off, driving left baseline. That's turnover number 2 for OBU. Second personal, or the first against Malou, and the second team foul against OBU. 8:26 to go, first period. Todd Miller, Scott Wanish, John Zonlow back at Oklahoma City, producing our network broadcast tonight. Wing right with it is Cass Reeves, goes off on the baseline for Scout Frame. A rare touch for her here early. They cross-court it for Lizzie Shepard left side. They dare her to shoot. Instead, she gives it up head of the circle to Brown. Bangs her way into around 2 defenders, misses everything off the window, and the rebound fought for by the leading rebounder for OBU, Petrarida.
Petrarida had her back on Maya Johnson and pulled that rebound down.
2 minutes deep. Neither team is, it's 2-0 OBU. Wing right with it is Stapleton against the zone defense underneath the Petrarida, who catches, goes up, overshot the basket, fights for the rebound, try to kick it out, and it's taken away by Brown. Brown almost lost the handle, leaves it up ahead to Scout Frame, who runs and banks in a little leaner from the right block, and the game is tied. 2-2 with 7:35 to play here in the first period.
That's something we really hadn't seen out of Northwestern, the fast game, transition game.
Down low, jumper missed, and the rebound to Maya Johnson. Into the hands of Kess Reeves, up ahead to Bailey Brown. She collects, goes right at Petrorita, who blocked the shot, hard to the ground, and it's out of bounds. And Andrea Petrorita continues her impressive play with her team-high 4th block for OBU. As a team, that's their 18th.
Petrorita almost palmed that basketball, and Bailey Brown just tried to do a turnaround jumper. She's going to have to do a ball fake to get her shot off.
Jocinna Frame enters for the first time. Brown drives hard. There's contact. She missed it. Maya Johnson with a rebound and a foul before the putback attempt against the Bison.
Petrorita actually took a charge on Brown there. There was a no call, and then the second call got called on OBU.
Malou Savannah knows she's coming out with her second foul. 3rd team of the period. Coming in from Woodward is Kaylee Hurst, a transfer from NOC Enid. She had 5 points, 2 assists in 22 minutes of the game nearly 2 weeks ago on the Northwestern home floor. Wing left with it is Lizzie Shepard in the corner. Shepard will trigger a 3. Misses that one. Brown can't control the rebound. And it's finally fought for by the Lady Rangers, Scout Frame. Frame with it, top of the circle to Jocinna Frame. Wing left, it goes for Shepard, back to Jocinna. They look for Johnson down low. And still, they'll put up a 3 with Jocinna Frame. That one won't go, but her sister Scout runs it down left wing, nearly threw it in the backcourt. It's run down by her sister Jocinna. Out high between the circles, Lizzie Johnson, back to Jocinna Frame. Left quarter for Scout Frame against the zone. Underneath for Brown, who goes left to right, and they're going to call her for a travel, no basket. Well, Bailey Brown just continues to look out of sorts on the offensive end.
And a lot of her shots, as you said, her first jump shot didn't hit anything. Good defense by Petrorita again, standing up with both hands up in the air.
6:35 to play first period. We're tied at 2. Out high with it is Kaylee Hurst. Slides right. Kicks it off on the baseline for Mo Southern. Melissa lobs it to Carissa Price out high with 12 to shoot. Price left of the screen. Now goes left into Johnson. Missed it as she hit the bottom of the rim, and Maya with the rebound. She'll outlet up the left side. Jocinna Frame cross courts it for Scout Frame. Drives is cut off by 7 on the baseline. Almost had it taken away. Lizzie Shepard gets the pass back to Scout. Down low to Johnson. Goes up into a double team. Missed it. Gets it back. Puts it up. Missed that one. And Bailey Brown has it. Now she takes a dribble. It's trapped. Cross courts it. 3 on the way. No good. Left wing. Johnson controls the glass and goes back up and in. I'm going to tell you right now, Northwestern will not beat OBU on the initial shot. You've got to block out. Down the paint goes Stapleton, and she is pushed and fouled towards the base of the support work behind the goal. And we'll have 2 more free throws upcoming for the Meade, Kansas native, Jalen Stapleton.
Todd, as you mentioned before, Overton with a great adjustment after that first round in Alva. OBU is getting all kinds of bodies on Bailey Brown and Maya Johnson inside, trying to limit those rebounds. But that last extra rebound, it was Stapleton on Johnson, which was no match for Stapleton.
Stapleton now is 0 of 2 at the free throw line. Jalen came in averaging a team best 12 per ball game. She also had made 4 of her first 5. She had a great game, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, a block in just over 21 minutes at Southwestern. Second free throw crawls across the front of the rim, and the Bison retake the lead. OBU lead it by a count of actually trailing 4-3. Brown with it down low, leaves it top of the circle. That's Jarrah Whitfield. She airballed a jump shot, ball tipped around, and Price finally has it. Carissa up the right sideline. Now she'll come to a stationary dribble directly in front of the Northwestern bench. Price slides left, is covered up in the top of the zone. Diagonally cross courts it for Hurst. Kaylee with it to Jalen Stapleton left slot. 13 to shoot for OBU. Stapleton right above Petrorita screen to the goal. Misses everything. Rebound, Bailey Brown, and a foul called against Andrea Petrorita. That's going to be her second. That's a shame. She came high and set a terrific screen that freed Jalen up unabated to the goal.
Jalen not scared at only 5'5", going to the goal against the trees. I think she's a little bit intimidated by that shot, tried to release it really quick and missed everything.
Jenny Beebe will check in, averaging 4.6 points per ball game and 3 rebounds in her rookie season out of Kingfisher. Beebe off the bench just in her 18 minutes against Northwestern, 6 points a rebound and 3 of 5 field goal shooting. Jarrah Whitfield with it, wing left. Out high, it's Lizzie Shepard. They get it down low. And the jump shot is good by Kaylee Jo Neely, who's been playing really well off the bench. Northwestern now leads it 6-3 with 4:44 to play here in the opening period. Price with it between the circles to Southern, lobs it to Hurst, took a step, got by with it, pulls up elbow right, airballs the jump shot. Brown, another rebound. She will outlet to Lizzie Shepard, pulls up at the foul line, bounces at right quarter. Northwestern resets to Brown, right top of the key. Now to Whitfield. Underneath it goes. Good drop step move. Going up was Neely, and she's fouled.
Thought Jenny Beebe got that ball clean.
Beebe instead is going to pick up her first personal foul. And OBU is inching closer. In fact, that will put Northwestern into the double bonus for the remaining 4:25 of the first period. Timeout on the floor. Back in a moment. Northwestern with foul shots coming up. A chance to extend a 6-3 lead here on the Bison Radio Network.
Jordan Klinger at McIntyre Law. We have over 100 years of experience fighting for Oklahomans injured in automobile and semi-accidents. Distracted driving is an epidemic. According to government studies, 1 in 4 crashes now involve texting and driving. That's 1.6 million accidents caused each year by distracted drivers. If you have been injured and you want to know your rights, call us now. The consultation is free. We love what we do and we're good at it. We are trial lawyers. Call McIntyre Law.
Makes a chicken sandwich spicy? Fiery sauces, crazy hot toppings? Nope, it's all in the marinade. The heat and the flavor must come from within. Good thing there's the new limited time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
This team of dedicated and effective personal injury attorneys at McIntyre Law. How about this? 4 of 21 combined field goal shooting for Northwestern and OBU. The Bison 1 of 7. They have yet to attempt a 3. Northwestern is 0 of 5 from bonus ball range and 3 of 14 for the period, yet they go to the foul line looking to build on a 3-point lead.
Outstanding defense by the Bison. It's just unfortunate that these offensive woes, these wide open little jumpers in the lane, aren't even coming close. Oklahoma Baptist could have a 10-point lead if they just make some of those easy shots.
A stat to watch: turnovers, points off turnovers. Northwestern has turned it over 3 times. OBU 2. Points off turns 2-2. Foul shot is up, and that one back rims by Kaylee Jo Neely, who averages 10.3 points per ball game, had 4.6 rebounds Saturday, and a 10-point road loss at East Central. Neely did not play in the first meeting between these two. She swishes down the second, has her 3rd point tonight. She's a 6-foot freshman from Wellington, Texas. It appears to be a really good find out of the Texas Panhandle for Tasha Dieselhurst's club. 7-3 Northwestern. Into the ball game is J.C. Engler. She cross courts it. They work it back to Jalen Stapleton between the circles. She'll bounce it back to Engler with 10 to shoot. J.C. with the right hand drives and is called for a double dribble. Northwestern, they'll stretch that zone out, Scott, and they really can use it to their advantage well, and they've turned up the pressure at OBU not responding.
Engler got by the first defender, and then the post defender came out to pick her up, and she hesitated with a double dribble.
Right circle, Lizzie Shepard. On the baseline, it's Josetta Frame. Bounces it down low. Now they skip it across the floor to Lizzie Shepard. She drives in to Whitfield. Air ball to 3, right into the hands of Kylie Jo Neely. She's trapped, pivots with the ball above her head on the baseline. Ball did not hit the rim. Shot clock at 2. Brown leaves it out front for Whitfield. That one rattles off no good. Engler tips the rebound away, and it's controlled by Carissa Price. OBU is on a huge drought. They've gone scoreless for almost 2.5 minutes. They trail 7-3 here at home to Northwestern. Between the rings with it is Engler. Right side to Stapleton. Jalen, who did not play in the first game, gets it to JC. She's pinched off. Foul line right back to Stapleton against the zone. Now to Hurst, who drives, kicks into the paint. Beebe whips it left corner for Price. 7 to shoot for OBU. Hurst pulls it back out front, right side for Stapleton. 2 to shoot. She steps inside the arc, missed the 18-foot jump shot, and Brown with a rebound. Maybe a little too patient on that possession.
Yeah, I think Overton put Engler in the game to have those 2 3-point shooters, Price and her, on the same time.
Hurst with the steal after the ball just kind of slipped out of Lizzie Shepard's hands, and then Hurst misses everything at a layup at the other end. OBU is off to a 1-for-9 shooting start of this one. Baseline left with the basketball is Kylie Jo Neely. On the wing, it's Whitfield. Top of the circle for Lizzie Shepard. Back to Jarrah, foul line extended left wing. She'll cross court at right side for Josetta Frame, who drives and Drecker pivot foot.
Carissa Price cut off the baseline, forcing that travel.
Cass Reeves is going to return. Maya Johnson will return. Kiana Walker, a 5'9 junior from Denver, comes in for the first time. She played 9.5 minutes in the game at Alva, did not score against OBU, averages less than 2 a game, and 1.8 rebounds. OBU's scoring drought is now over 3 minutes. Stapleton turns to the 3, goes to Hurst. Open 3 left wing, a little too strong. Johnson rips the rebound away from Kiana Walker. She leaves it into the hands of the floor general, Cass Reeves. She'll veer to the right side, kicks it off of the wing for Josetta Frame. Back to Reeves. 2 minutes to play here in the first period. Northwestern leading 7-3. Skip pass right side. 3 no good. And the rebound to Carissa Price. Price now will slow down and bring it into the front court as everybody settles into that zone defense at the other end for Northwestern. Quarter 3 by Engler is up and good. J.C. Engler is starting to really play with a lot of confidence, Scott. Hit a couple of big threes here against East Central last Thursday night.
And that is a huge three. Only bucket made by Stapleton, and Engler comes off the bench for the left corner three.
It's a 1-point lead. They skip it to Walker for 3 left quarter. She misses that one. Battling for the rebound is Kylie Jo Neely, and it's off of Engler out of bounds. So possession will stay with the Lady Rangers. Despite all the problems, a drought of over 3.5 minutes won, Dog. OBU is in a 1-point game here at home, 7-6, with $1:26 to play in the first period as 2 of the 3 striped shirts are getting together near the top of the key.
And there's a couple of missed seals on the backside rebounding. That time Engler missed the seal, and that's why the ball went off of her out of bounds.
River Romine, who did not play at Southwestern Saturday afternoon, comes in and spells Jalen Stapleton. Northwestern will inbound. It's Kylie Jo Neely for 3 up front. Missed it. Maya Johnson posted on the rebound. The stick back rolls off. And the rebound to Jenny Pepe. OBU, after a drought of over 3.5 minutes, can retake the lead with $1:14 to play here in the first period. Between the circles, Romine dribbles through a double team. Engler with it, left quarter. She gets it to Price, back to JC, who pivots to Romine, top of the key. She attacks right, leans, shoots off the glass, missed it. Maya Johnson with a rebound. OBU down 1, shooting 2 of 12 here in the first period. Down the paint is Reeves, kicks it left side for Walker to Reeves in the corner. Kess right in front of the OBU bench, slide steps left to the wing. Back to Walker, they cross-court it right side for Frame. It's Kylie Jo Neely. Out front with it for 3, no good. Cass Reeves, but the stick back by Johnson is good. Maya Johnson with both of her offensive putbacks, or baskets and offensive putbacks. Half a minute to go in the period. It's a 3-point game again.
Johnson just manhandled J.C. Engler on the backside block for the offensive rebound.
Price open, baseline right, got it. Boy, you can't give her that good of a look. OBU within 1 again, 9-8. Shot clock is off for Northwestern with 12 seconds to play here in the first period as Price is tallied for the first time in the opening stanza. 8 seconds to play in the period. They get it down low to Johnson, who fumbles it, then is tied up by Carissa Price on the floor, and that will be a Northwestern turnover as Oklahoma Baptist has the arrow.
Good job by Price. She was the backside defender on the left block to come double team Maya Johnson with Beebe.
They will bounce it. It bounced to Romine, who brings it across midcourt. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Romine better hurry. Had no idea how much time is on the clock, and that's the way the period ends. Northwestern leads at 9-8 at the end of 1. Maybe the first to 50 partner that wins this one tonight. Second period coming up next to the OBU Bison.
We can't walk in your shoes or work right beside you. But we can be here for you. In money. In life. We get it. We're on this path together. You and TFCU. Tinker Federal Credit Union.
Attorney Jordan Klinger at McIntyre Law. Recently, the FDA requested manufacturers withdraw ranitidine drugs commonly known as Zantac. Zantac has been found to potentially cause cancer in the bladder, colon, throat, nasal cavity, kidneys, liver, lungs, pancreas, prostate, stomach, and testicular cancer. If you have taken Zantac, you may be entitled to compensation.
Call us at 405-917-5200 or visit us online at mcintyrelaw.com. Download our new app today.
Show your OBU spirit and rep Carib with officially licensed Bison apparel from shopobubison.com. ShopOBUBison.com is the official online store of OBU Athletics and the only place online to buy OBU apparel, accessories, gifts, and much more, with purchases benefiting OBU Athletics. First period numbers, 3 of 13, shooting OBU, 1 of 2 from 3. Northwestern 0 of 11 in 10 minutes from 3, and 4 of 22 for 18% for the ball game. Rebounds, look at this, 22-7 Northwestern, and they were really good, plus 20 at East Central on the glass, 48-28 on Saturday afternoon. Possession belongs to the Lady Rangers. Johnson gets it down low, goes up, missed everything, slides across for the rebound, and then River Romine had the rebound but was steady to the baseline. Northwestern is now 1 for their last 9.
And they're getting wide open three-pointers because Overton is forcing them to shoot threes, collapsing down on the post.
Reeves crosses over to Brown, who starts the second period. Johnson with his foul line left. Goes up, had it knocked out of her hands. River Romine has it. I think it was Petra Ryder that knocked it free. Andrea back out there to start the second period despite 2 first-period fouls. Left side with it is Savannah. Bounces it for Engler. Drives baseline. Is cut off. Cross court at CP for 3. No good. And Northwestern has the glass with Kess Reeves. Reeves angles through the middle of the Bison logo. Now veers right. Is being pestered to the right slot by J.C. Engler. 9:15 to play first half. Bailey Brown with it right side. They're going to call her for a travel. Turnover number 8 for Northwestern. 8 already forced by OBU. And they only force per game just under 14.
Yes, the 2 games now we've seen Bailey Brown. She just seems totally out of sync from last season.
9:09 to play here in the first half. OBU down by 1 with the basketball. River Romine steps into a 3, misses that one as it circles off right side. And Brown has the rebound. She's going to work on another double-double tonight. Up ahead, right corner with it is Scout Frame. Leaves it for Brown right of the paint. Puts it on the floor, shoots and overshot the entire rim, and Carissa Price with a rebound. CP with the left hand pushes into the front court. Northwestern quickly gets back in a 1-point ball game with 8:40 to play in the first half. Malou Savannah with it left side. Drives, kicks it left corner. Engler with the basketball. Dribbles through the paint, whips it down low. Andrea open, missed the bunny, and Maya Johnson has the window. OBU another opportunity to get to the high side and couldn't convert.
And Oklahoma Baptist has to have Petrarida's offense to win this game.
Good strength that time by Bailey Brown, who fumbled it, got it back, and had a difficult angle and a double team to put the shot up and in. Brown gets her first points of the contest with just over 8 minutes to play in the first half. Lady Rangers lead it 11-8. Savannah open for 3, corner right. That one doesn't go. OBU's got to get her going as Kess Reeves has the miss.
OBU's got to get going, period. Playing offense like this, OBU at Southwestern would be down 30 points right now.
And a foul as Reeves is able to get to the rim. And she'll go to the line for 2.
And they're only down 11-8. This is a game for the taking for the Bison to get in the win column.
Carissa Price with her first. Team foul number 1 against the Bison here in the second period. So Kess Reeves, the junior from Kingston, will go to the line. She had 6 points, 3 rebounds, and played a reserve high 16 minutes when the teams played at Alva. And Reeves has her first point today. That's only her second makes and 5 free throw attempts this year. Lady Rangers are under 64% as a team from the stripe. Second one is up and clean. They've hit 3 of 4 here in the first half after tallying 21 of 28 against the Bison in the first meeting. 13-8, the lead, the biggest of 5 tonight for Northwestern. Engler with it to Price out front. Now to Stapleton, who's back out there. Right side of Savannah to Petrariada. Andrea looking to set a screen. Stapleton jab steps, now accelerates left through the paint. Bounces into the corner for Engler with 10 to shoot. That's Price, not Engler, who bounces it to Stapleton, who whips it across the floor. Savannah for 3, got it, right corner. Big basket for Malou Savannah. That's why she's here. And it's a 2-point game, 13-11.
Took that long skip pass over the defense, back in the right corner for Savannah, get that open look.
Ends a drought of 229 and a stretch of 4 misses in the last 5 from beyond the arc for the Bison. 13-11. Right side is Scout Frame, her 3, no. Another good look that wouldn't drop. With that miss, Northwestern now 0 of 12 beyond the arc. Stapleton dances with the basketball, goes wing left to Price. Back to Jalen with under 7 to play in the first half. 13-12, Lady Rangers here at Shawnee. Stapleton top of the circle, diagonally cross courts at Savannah's 3. No good, same spot she hit at the last trip. Petrariada, the only Bison battling down low. And the ball is out of bounds, and it's off Maya Johnson. Terrific effort by Andrea.
Yes, Andrea Petrariada reaches up with the right hand, tries to pull the rebound to herself. Johnson slaps at it, knocks it out of bounds.
Price to Engler, who cuts to the basket and rolls a 6-footer off. Another miss for OBU. They only have 2 offensive rebounds, shooting 21%. Right corner with it is Scout Frame. Covered up by Malou Savannah. 6.5 to play first half. They bounce it for Kylie Jo Neely. Now they swing it around the perimeter. Lizzie Shepard bounces it down low. Going up, missing an in-close jump shot was Kylie Jo Neely. OBU with a rebound. Stapleton off to the races. One-on-one around the defender to the goal. Foul. And that's going to go against Kess Reeves, who has her first.
Wow. Looked like Kess Reeves was just standing there with her hands straight up and down. Nice ball fake, head pump by Jalen Stapleton just inside the right block and gets 2 free throws.
Kayla Highfill, who made her collegiate debut on a Saturday following a Tuesday clearance by the NCAA where these two teams played on January the 9th, comes in for the first time. A December graduate of Alva High School, and Stapleton hits the first free throw. Jalen now has her 4th point on 4 foul shooting. OBU with a second consecutive successful conversion to the line would tie Northwestern despite shooting 20% here in the first half. Stapleton clean to the second. So Jalen now has 5, and we're tied at 13 thanks to 5 unanswered by OBU, and Northwestern approaching 2 minutes of a scoreless drought.
Brand new ball game.
Shepard bounces it to Brown. Cross courts it. Scout frame for 3, and she got it. So after 12 consecutive misses from long distance, Scout frame knocks down the first triple of the evening for the Lady Rangers, who break the tie and lead 16-13.
And that was a line drive from the right wing that just barely made it into the goal. If Northwestern hits a couple more, OBU's going to have to come away from those good post players on defense.
Scout frame with that made 3 is now 2 for 12. Petra Ryana spins on the right block and scores. Andrea gets her first basket, and the game is tied again. It's actually 16-15 Northwestern.
Nice lead pass by Malou Savannah to Petra Ryana moving down the right side of the lane.
Kylie Jo Neely trapped on the right block and a foul. It'll be the second team foul of the period against OBU. I think they're looking at Stapleton. They do, and that's Jalen's first.
And I don't see Jalen limping at all. I think she might be 100% healed from that ankle.
Reeves is out. Kenzie Dixon, a freshman from Caddo, will come in, averaging less than a point and less than a half rebound per ball game. Played 8 minutes against OBU in the first meeting. Did not tally. Petra Ryana almost stole a pass, had it tipped away, and then going for it, a loose ball foul called against Scout Frame, and that's her first.
Nice anticipation by Petra Ryana on that bounce pass. Came right up out of the lane to knock that ball away.
I just could not believe the difference in Andrea Petra Ryana. And you know what? I guess it all just stems from confidence.
It does, and who knows how hard she worked in the offseason to make that step to the next level.
Savannah to Stapleton. Jalen hesitates, fires a wide-open 3. It rattles out straight on. Bailey Brown with a rebound, and Highfill tipped it away right into the hands of Stapleton. Bounces it to Kayla, open underneath for the layup, and OBU leads. Good. I'm glad Kayla got rewarded because she was the one that forced the turnover.
Oh, yeah, sneaking up from behind, popping it out to Stapleton. Stapleton does a good job bringing the defense to her when she penetrates. Bounce past the Highfill for the easy bucket.
Bailey Brown can't handle an entry pass. It's too high. Petra Ryana then throws it away. Northwestern and OBU battling to the floor. A tie-up, and the arrow belongs to the Lady Rangers, I believe. Nope. Well, I think it's Northwestern basketball, but we get a timeout with 4:43 to play first half. Back in a moment, OBU leads 17-16 in a low-scoring affair for the Noble Complex on the Bison Radio Network.
We can't walk in your shoes or work right beside you, but we can be here for you in money, in life. We get it. We're on this path together. You and TFCU, Tinker Federal Credit Union.
Possible to cook up the barbecue bacon burger at home? Well, that depends. Does your home have fresh chopped onions, pickles, smoked cheddar, Monterey Jack, bacon, tangy barbecue sauce, and orange and white stripes with the word Whataburger emblazoned on the front of it? If so, then absolutely. Good thing there's the limited time barbecue bacon burger at Whataburger.
A dreadful 1 of 13 from three-point range.
Oklahoma Baptist doing a good job of rubbing Maya Johnson and Bailey Brown inside where they're not running free like Maya Johnson did up in Alva to score all those points in the lane.
Neither Brown or Johnson are out on the floor, and the possession arrow belongs to OBU, not Northwestern, so incorrectly told you. Bison will trick her inbounds to the backcourt. Price goes to Malou Savannah. Down low to Highfill, spins right wing, back to Malou. Top of the key and a lob pass, it's Price. Down low to Petrarita, who goes up and is hacked. Scout Frame got her with the body. That's her second. And OBU will shoot 2 free throws with Andrea Petrarita, who will go to the line for the 16th and 17th time this year. And she has converted 11 of her first 15.
That was an Aaron Rodgers pinpoint pass by Carissa Price. She was outside the top of the key. Petrarita inside the left block, led her right to the goal.
Andrea swishes through the first free throw. In the earlier meeting, Northwestern set a season high for three-pointers attempted with 22. That was in 40 minutes. They've already put 13 up here in the first half with 4.5 minutes to go before the break as Andrea cashes both.
I guess you could say that Andre Petrarita kind of ran the post pattern, kind of went up there right to the goal.
Good analogy. Hey, it's conference championship weekend. Throw in a football analogy if you want to. Walker with it down low. Now they cross-court it. Shepard open for 3, got it right circle. That ties the game at 19 with 4:11 to play before halftime. A little pressure on the backcourt. Savannah back to Stapleton, who speeds into the offensive end to Price, wing left. Back to Jalen with 4 to play first half. Jalen off the dribble, pulls up, bang! Got it on a little leaner from 16 feet left angle. Jalen Stapleton now has 7. What a difference she makes after missing the first game.
And that was a leaner. She's going left, right-handed. Stapleton kind of fading to the left with her body in the air and hits a nice little jumper.
Dixon to Shepard, left wing for Walker. Out high, it's Brown. Back to Walker, lobs it down low to Kylie Jo Neely. Left wing Walker drives inside the arc, pitches top of the circle. Shepard will try another 3, it spins out. However, Kiana Walker runs it down left baseline. At the high post is Brown, takes a dribble, is doubled. Out front, now they swing it right. Moving left from the wing is Dixon. Cross courts it, Walker will trigger a 3 with 10 to shoot, missed it. Highfill loses the handle with a rebound. Walker has it to Brown, and then Brown's pass is fumbled. Saved back in bounds, but another turnover. Dixon threw it to OBU. Already, that is turnover number 12 for the Lady Rangers. They've only forced 3 tonight. Wing left is Carissa Price with 3:04 to play here in the first half. OBU by a deuce. Down the paint goes Stapleton, trying to bounce pass in traffic, and it's stolen by Walker. Walker up ahead to Kenzie Dixon, who now circles left wing after angling through the top of the key. Now to Walker for 3, and she got it.
Tasha Dieselhorst purposely put Walker out on the floor and wanted Shepard to shoot these threes because they were having wide open threes, and she was just frustrated with the Rangers not making any at all.
Walker had been 0 for 2 from 3 before that miss, and before that make. She'd also been 2 for 15 beyond the arc before the make. And another whistle at the offensive end called against OBU. I think they're looking at Lizzie Shepard. If so, that's going to be the 4th team foul against Northwestern. So that will send OBU to the free throw line with the next whistle.
That was a poor pass by Malou Savannah, but what a nice heads-up play by Andrea Petrarita to run up there and get her hands on the ball before that ball was stolen, then has Shepard run into her.
Bailey Brown actually was called for the foul, and that's going to be her first. Team 4. OBU's been whistled for 2 here in the period. Wing right with it is Price, dribbles through a double team, bounces it to Highfill from 6 and rattles it home. Ayla Highfill off the bench already with 4. OBU breaks the trails now by just 1. No, they're back in front, 23-22. My apologies. Blocked by the scoreboard. Walker, another 3, misses that one. Rebound pulled down by Savannah, then she's tied up by Josetta Frame. It'll stay with the Lady Rangers.
Josetta Frame giving up a couple inches to Savannah. Savannah did not block out Frame, and that's why there was a tie-up.
That is the 16th offensive rebound here in the first half for Northwestern. They have out-rebounded OBU 31-11. Brown to Johnson down low. Turns, missed the jump shot. Highfill yields the rebound to Carissa Price, who hands it to Stapleton, who angles right into the front court. Back to CP out front, holds it above her head. Then a Highfill driving baseline, throws it up with contact, no whistle. Petrarita fighting with Johnson. Maya with a rebound, loses it, but is able to tip it out to Lizzie Shepard. Shepard to Brown, baseline left. Quarter 3 is Walker, and she got that one. 25-23 Northwestern.
This game's just coming down to who's going to make some of these open shots.
Northwestern now has made 4 3-point tries in 4 threes in 18 tries. Petra Ryda bangs as she goes to the goal, and it's fouled. And while it was on the floor, it's the 5th foul of the period against the Lady Rangers, so it'll be 2 shots for the Lithuanian.
Yeah, Bailey Brown tried to cut off Petra Ryda, got there a little bit too late.
Bailey with her second here in the period. Andrea, 2 of 2 at the foul line, will try to tally once more as Kaylee Jo Neely comes in. And she has been playing well in her freshman year, over 10 points and 5.3 rebounds for Northwestern. Foul shot is up, and that one is good by Andrea, who now has her 5th point. Petra Ryda averaging 7.8 points per ball game. However, over her last 3 starts, she's averaging just a hair over 11. Second foul shot is up, and it's good. And 25 apiece with 1:24 to play here in the first half. Northwestern slowly brings it into the offensive end. Between the circles, Kess Reeves against the zone. Highfield tips a lob pass out of bounds away from Walker.
Kayla Highfield very active coming off the bench with 4 points and another defensive touch right there.
Hard to believe she's playing against Northwestern. She's 17 years old and was in high school in Alva before Christmas. Kess Reeves, the entry pass, lobs it out high. Ball tipped around a couple of times, picked up by Kaylee Jo Neely. The shot wouldn't go. OBU seals the glass. Stapleton bounces it up ahead for Highfield. Right-handed layup, left-handed angle. No. Johnson the rebound for the Lady Rangers, and they press back. Up ahead it goes for Kaylee Jo Neely. Pulled it down in traffic, misses the bunny. Petra Ryda with a rebound. Johnson was reaching in. There was no whistle. And now Andrea gets it to Highfield.
I think Petra Ryda might have got a piece of that shot.
40 seconds to play here in the first half. We're tied at 25. Stapleton steps inside the arc at the top of the key, rattles the jump shot in and out. Highfield crashes. Johnson has the rebound for Northwestern. Now to Reeves. Kess lobs it up ahead. Neely tried the pivot. Good defense by Malou Savannah. Leaves it out for Walker, and she's starting to get hot as she's hit 3 of her last 4. 28-25 Northwestern. Shot clock is off. 13 seconds to play in the half.
That was the best adjustment by Diesel Horse to insert Walker.
Between the circles, Stapleton, 8 seconds to play in the first half. Jalen banks her way to the goal. There's contact. She overshoots everything. Rebound to Neely. Up ahead right side. Ball juggled by Frame, who won't get the shot off until after the buzzer. And thanks to a little stretch of hot shooting from Kiana Walker, Northwestern will take the lead to the halftime locker room, 28-25. That is the end of the first half for the Noble Complex tonight. Our broadcast brought to you by OBU alumnus Noble McIntyre and his team of dedicated and effective personal injury attorneys at McIntyre Law. Stay tuned. The Hudeberg Auto Group halftime show is coming up next on the Bison Radio Network.
Trade in for more and buy it for less. At Hudeberg Chevy in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Chevys for less. And you'll get payments that fit any budget. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Trade it in for more, buy it for less. It's that easy. At Hudeberg Buick GMC in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Buicks and GMCs for less. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Possible to cook up the barbecue bacon burger at home? Well, that depends. Does your home have fresh chopped onions, pickles, smoked cheddar, Monterey Jack, bacon, tangy barbecue sauce, and orange and white stripes with the word Whataburger emblazoned on the front of it? If so, then absolutely. Good thing there's the limited time barbecue bacon burger at Whataburger.
Hello everybody, welcome to today's halftime promotion. We've got Tim and Hudson here for the Whataburger Free Throw Challenge. You know how that works. We are going to put 30 seconds on the clock. And they're going to be at the free throw line. They're going to shoot as many free throws as they can. Whoever makes the most is going home with a Whataburger prize pack. We've got a couple rebounders here, and Shaz. Shaz is here too to help out in any way or just to create havoc. We're not completely sure, but we will see. All right, are y'all ready? Yes, sir. Tim and Hudson? Okay, let's go to the free throw lines. Let's see what you got. Okay, so on my mark, we will start the 30-second timer. Tim, are you ready? Yes, sir. Hudson, are you ready? Set, go. Let's see what you got. Okay, Tim's off to a hot start. And back, oh, there we go. He's in. 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. How many? How many we got over here? Did you get, Hudson? 6, temp 5. Oh, Shaz cheering you on. Didn't quite work. That's okay. Hudson, you're going home with a Whataburger prize pack. Tim, we'll send you home with the OBU prize pack. Thanks for coming out, man. Fans, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Let me tell you a story. A story about a woman who walks miles to carry undrinkable water to her family. Let me tell you about the water. Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink after a hurricane. I'll tell you about millions of people who find themselves in a strange land far, far away. And I'll tell you family and finances are being starved by drought. And how, on the other side of the world, there is a family starving for nutrients in a food desert. I'll tell you the tale of a trafficked teenager waiting to be assaulted again tonight, and again, and again. And how once upon a time, there was a child who would go to sleep without a bedtime story because that child didn't have someone to read them a bedtime story. It wasn't just once upon a time. It was hundreds of thousands and even millions upon a time. But that's not where the story has to end. Together, as Southern Baptists, we can rewrite the story. Together, we can become an unstoppable force of hope. Together, we can respond. Together, we can meet needs across the globe. Together, we can change lives in our own communities. Together, we are Send Relief.
Bison. The Rangers of Northwestern, visiting from Alva, hold a narrow 28-25 advantage on OBU. In the first period, shooting for the Bison, just 23%, 3 of 13, 5 of 16 in the second period, 31%. Oklahoma Baptist is 8 of 29 in the game, 27.6%. Northwestern has a lot more shots off, but OBU credit their defense. Bo Overton in a 2-3 zone, collapsing back on the baseline where Bailey Brown likes to run and Maya Johnson likes to post up on the blocks. Missing a lot of shots. Northwestern 10 for 38 at the break, just 26.3%. And 5 of 19 from downtown. Oklahoma Baptist, of course, is 2 for 8 from the beyond the arc. For Northwestern, Scout Frame, 2 for 3 from the field, 1 for 2 from downtown. She has 5 points. Bailey Brown limited to 1 for 5 shooting. She has 2 points, but also 2 rebounds. And the stat of the game, Maya Johnson inside, 16 rebounds, 6 of them offensive. She's only 2 for 7 from the field, as all her shots have been challenged by the Bison. She has 4 points. Kess Reeves missed all 3 of her 3-pointers, but 2 for 2 from the charity stripe for 2 points. Lizzie Shepard, she's 1 for 4 from the field, 1 for 3 from downtown. She has 3 points. Kaylee Jo Neely, 1 for 4 field goals, missed 1 3-pointer, 1 of 2 from the line for 3 points. And then a great substitution by Dieselhorst of Northwestern, as Overton is protecting the inside, allowing wide open 3-pointers for the Rangers. But when Kiana Walker came in off the bench, she went 3 for 6, all from beyond the arc for 9 points. And that's really the difference in the game here, as Northwestern leads 28-25. The biggest lead of the game, Northwestern, was 5 at the 7:55 mark in the second period. OBU 3, 4:29 in the second. Best scoring run, Northwestern 4 at the 5:54 mark in the opening stanza. Oklahoma Baptist was 6 at the 4:29 mark in the second quarter. The lead has changed 5 times. The game has been tied 4 times. Time with the lead, Northwestern holds an 11-minute, 55-second advantage to 3 minutes and 46 seconds. The halftime show is brought to you by the Hudeberg Auto Group. Visit Hudeberg.com to browse their inventory of new and used vehicles. This is Bison basketball on the Bison Radio.
Trade in for more and buy it for less. At Hudeberg Chevy in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Chevys for less. And you'll get payments that fit any budget. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Trade it in for more, buy it for less. It's that easy. At Hudeberg Buick GMC in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Buicks and GMCs for less. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Todd Miller, Scott Wanish back here with you on the Bison Radio Network tonight from OBU's Noble Complex at halftime, 28-25. The winning scores, as Scott told you, is Jalen Stapleton with 7 points. She also has a team-high 2 assists in 16 minutes. Carissa Price played all 20 minutes of the first half, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Andrea Petrarita had 1 of 3 shooting and 6 rebounds, Scott, in the first half. Again, I thought she was very, very good. But I'm going to repeat, 1 of 10 on layups in the first half. That won't beat anybody. Tonight they've cut down the turnovers. They've cut down on points off turnovers. Now they're just going to make the shots they're supposed to make.
The Bison, and what is so fortunate, the Bison have a great opportunity to win this game, just trailing 28-25 at intermission. I think the biggest stat, and you're totally right about the turnovers, they cut that down. Maya Johnson has 16 rebounds at the break. She's inside. OBU's doing a good job. They are altering her shots, and as you mentioned, Andrea Petrarita is altering some of those shots because Maya Johnson is just 2 for 7 from inside the paint, as well as Bailey Brown just 1 for 5. That's good defense.
The rebounding numbers in the first half almost look like they're a mistake, but they're not. One of the reasons Northwestern getting after OBU, despite shooting just 26%, they're following their miss. They're getting second and third opportunities. 36-14, the rebounding numbers in the first half in favor of the Lady Rangers, 16-2 on the offensive glass. And that certainly helps to offset a 12-4 disadvantage for Northwestern in first half turnovers. And again, 10 of 38 field goal shooting.
And Oklahoma Baptist is just 8 of 29, 2 of 8 from downtown. But I really love the insert of Kiana Walker by Tasha Dieselhorst. when Bo Overton is pinning the post players down, 3-on-2, down with the 2-3 zone. Wide open threes by the Rangers, missing all day long, but Kiana Walker comes off the bench 3 of 6.
Kiana Walker was 3 of her last 4 in the first half, and that helped OBU, or Northwestern, to rally to a lead at the break, 28-25. By comparison, while Walker was heating up, OBU was going cold. Heading to the halftime locker room, the Bison made just 1 of their last 5 from beyond the arc.
And J.C. Engler came off the bench late in the first quarter and made that 3 in the left corner. Carissa Price is going to have a couple like she did. That one earlier game, she scored 9 straight points in this game. Something like that, some kind of big plays is going to push OBU over the top for a victory, but it has to happen, and the OBU's got to make the plays.
OBU's largest lead has been by 5. They only led less than 19% of the first half. Northwestern's biggest lead was 5 as well. There have been 4 ties in this ball game, and again, not much separation. The numbers, with the exception of on the glass, look very, very similar, especially from an offensive standpoint. You've been listening to the Hudeberg Auto Group halftime show. Stay tuned. It's the second half coming up next of Northwestern and Oklahoma Baptist on the Bison Radio Network.
McIntyre of McIntyre Law. We have over 100 years of experience fighting for Oklahomans injured in automobile or semi-trucking accidents. Distracted driving is an epidemic. According to government studies, there are 1.6 million accidents caused each year by distracted drivers using cell phones. 1 in 4 of all crashes now involve texting and driving. If you have been injured and want to learn more about your rights, call us right now. The consultation is free.
We love what we do, and we're good at it. We are trial lawyers. On McIntyre Law.
Tonight's broadcast of the Bison Radio Network brought to you by the First National Bank and Trust Company, where they pride themselves on building relationships with neighbors and customers that last a lifetime. Visit their Shawnee location or check them out online, fnbokla.bank, for more details. Our broadcast also brought to you by SSM Health, St. Anthony Hospital, Shawnee. They have the game plan to keep you healthy. Visit ssmhealth.com and stop by any of P&K's 18 locations in Oklahoma and Arkansas and see why around these parts John Deere starts with P&K. Second half brought to you in part by Sin Relief, helping you make a difference in your community and the world around you, because when help and hope combine, lives are forever changed. Bison down 3. They'll have the basketball, and they will start the second half the way they began the contest with Savannah, Stapleton, Price, Southern, and Petra Riota. And they go down low, and Carissa Price is able to put it in the basket. And OBU gets the first salvo in the second half to trail just 28-27.
Nice overhead pass by Stapleton, finding Price, cutting from the right wing just underneath the right block.
Good job by Petra Riota at the other end. She wouldn't give ground. Maya Johnson pushed her, and that's going to be an offensive foul against Maya, who has her second. And for OBU, or for Northwestern, that's their 13th turnover of the contest. They average almost 23.5 turns per ball game. Stapleton to Savannah, left wing. OBU a chance to retake the lead early second half. Stapleton drives, pulls up foul line right, and hits the jump shot. Well, it looked like she was going to miss it too strong off the back rim. Then it hit the front and rattled home. OBU with 4 straight out of the locker room, leads by a point.
Stapleton was looking at an offensive player, a teammate, to pass it to, and just with her eyes, she'd moved the defense, and she had a huge hole right up the middle of the lane.
Reeves' bounce pass is kicked out of bounds. Northwestern starts the way they did the ball game. Scout frame, Kess Reeves, Maya Johnson, Lizzie Shepard, and Bailey Brown. 29-28, OBU out of the locker room on a 4-0 run with 9:13 to play here in the third. Johnson can't handle an inbounds pass, and Stapleton out of the pack with it. Jalen accelerates down the right part of the paint, had the shot blocked by Bailey Brown, but she came down out of bounds. So possession will stay with the Bison for Bailey Brown, her 4th block of the year.
On the defensive end, that was Melissa Southard that tipped that inbound pass where Stapleton picked it up.
Jalen runs down the inbounds pass in the backcourt. Now crosses over left of the screen, bounces it for Petra right over the left hand. She lays it in. That's 6 straight out of the locker room score for the Bison.
Great cut by Petra. Stapleton penetrates the lane left-handed. When the defense went to take Stapleton, she left-handed bounce pass around the defender. Petra driving to the goal for the layup.
That is assist number 3 for Jalen Stapleton, and a timeout Northwestern with 8:52 to play in the third. OBU has opened up a 3-point lead at 31-28 as we keep it right here. OBU shot 39%, Southwestern 45%. On Saturday afternoon, again, it was a 5-point lead for SWOSU, the 21st ranked team of the country at the break, and then the wheels fell apart. The turnover started about in the second half. In the first meeting between these two teams, it was really even. Northwestern +2 in the first period, -2 with the Lady Rangers in the second. They outscored OBU 11-10 in the third, and the separation came in 19-11 fourth period for Northwestern.
Oklahoma Baptist on a big run. This is the most life, Todd, I've seen this whole night. It just seemed like a dead basketball game on both sides. But OBU out to a 31-28 lead. As you mentioned, a 6-0 run. Nice plays by Andre Petra. We've been raving about her improvement. I think she's a lot leaner this year. I think she's coming in better shape and more aggressive.
Northwestern will throw in the front court. It'll be a side in. And Kiana Walker will come into the ball game. She had a big hand. Walker missed her first 2 3-point jump shots and then went 3 of 4 the rest of the way, including the 3 late to give Northwestern a 3-point lead at the break. Your Federal Credit Union's Click Checking is online, easy, and makes your money work for you. Simply use TFCU's online services to earn a higher rate on your checking account balance. Johnson steps through a double team and scores off the window. That's what Maya Johnson can do if she's under control down low. She's so physically gifted and strong, and that's her 3rd basket.
Just above the semicircle, you cannot let Maya Johnson get the ball there. Petra was actually between Johnson and the basket, but just the strength of Johnson went across the lane for the lane.
Carissa Price to Stapleton left wing. Stapleton right of a screen, pulls up underneath the foul line and knocks down the jump shot. Jalen Stapleton in double figures with 11. She has been in double figures in all 3 games that she's played this season. Lead back to 3, 33-31, Oklahoma Baptist. Nearly 2 minutes gone in the third. Walker with it left wing, gets it off of the baseline. Driving is Josetta Frame. And the ball knocked away from Brown, who was fighting for it on the baseline of the cross-court pass out of bounds off OBU.
Jalen Stapleton knocked Bailey Brown's pass out of bounds, and I think she got a block on Scout Frame.
OBU has held Northwestern to just 1 field goal attempt in more than 2 minutes of the second half. Walker to Brown, baseline right. She'll leave it out front. The 3 is good from Josetta Frame. This is a girl that they really rave about in Alva, is Josetta Frame, and you can see why there. We're tied at 33 with 7:45 to play here in the third. Petra Ryder mishandles a pass, runs it down, drives baseline, and then Bailey Brown almost knocked it back into her face as Andrea was stepping out of bounds. Stays with the Bison. Shot clock at 18.
Petra was going out of bounds. Heads up play. Before she landed, she threw that ball off the shins of Bailey Brown.
Bailey Brown's 19 points against OBU and 12 rebounds are season highs for the senior from Chisholm. Inbounds pass is tipped by Walker and into the frame's hand of Josetta Frame. Frame brings it to the front court. Foul line extended right side with 7.5 to play in the third. Cross courts it for Walker, down low for Johnson. Spins around Petra Ryder and lays it in.
Oklahoma Baptist triple teamed Maya Johnson down around the left block, but Johnson with a good move dribbled out of it for the lay-in.
5 straight now by the Lady Rangers, and they grab the lead 35-33 after OBU had started the second half on a 6-0 run. Jalen Stapleton lobs it out high. Southern hands it to Jalen. She'll fire a 15-footer right angle. It's short. Battle on the floor, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Maya Johnson. And look who was there doing the work for OBU.
Good hustle by Andrea Petra, where it wasn't an easy rebound for Johnson, and Johnson fumbled it out of bounds.
CP to inbound. Looks down low, leaves it for Stapleton out high. Shot clock resets to 20. Jalen with it right side. Now leaves it foul line left for Southern. Takes a dribble, shoots, and Johnson recovered to block the shot. Rebound to Kiana Walker. to Frame and Josetta, the freshman out of Kinsley, Kansas. That's actually Lizzie Shepard, the freshman from Veneta, brings it to the front court. Now they go high-low as they get it Brown to Johnson. They kick it out left wing side to Shepard, to Walker, to Shepard, to Brown. Down low to Johnson, spins around Petra Wright and draws the foul. Andrea with her third personal. It's a tough matchup for Andrea Petrarita physically. So far she's held her own, but now Maya Johnson, who's starting to take this thing over in the third period, is going to the line for two.
Yeah, there was definitely contact on Andrea Petrarita on Johnson, but Johnson's initiating that contact. She's getting away with a lot of that on the other end. I didn't think that was a very hard foul, if a foul at all.
And Beebe played sparingly in the first half, did not tally. Played almost 18 minutes in the first meeting, and Johnson hits the first free throw. Maya Johnson is one of the foul line, and coming in, she'd been just 2 of 11. Did not shoot particularly well. The first meeting for the foul line did Maya Johnson, the redshirt junior from St. Louis. Second one is up. That one crawls across the front of the rim. Big pair for Maya Johnson, and Northwestern extends the lead to 4, 37-33, as we get a line change out there for the Lady Rangers. 6:29 to play, third period. Todd Miller, Scott Wanish with you on the Bison Radio Network tonight. Stapleton to Beebe, who cuts back door, and she lays it in. That's a good half-court set, and the good answer is the Bison shave it back to 2.
I was watching Bo Overton call the play. I didn't know what it was. Northwestern's been in a man-to-man the whole time. They rotated the ball with Beebe, who's left-handed, back on the left block with a left-handed jump shot.
Neely's kick-out pass deflected by Stapleton. Southern has it. Now to Jalen up the left side. She'll leave it for Price. Thought about a 3. Back to Stapleton. Left front court. 6 minutes to play in the period. OBU can tie or retake the lead of this possession. Price tries for the lead. Bang! She got it as she knocks the eyes out of a long 3 slot left. Bison have answered with 5 straight, and they're on the high side, 38-37.
Price was not open. Melissa Southard was too close where her. She was being double-teamed when Southard cleared out. Price was wide open for the 3.
Left wing Frame is wide open, and she answers as she hits that one cleanly left wing. And all of a sudden, Northwestern back in front, 40-38. With 5:36 to play here in the third period. Stapleton retreats backwards to the midcourt stripe for the Bison Loco. Goes to Price left wing. She's covered up there by Cass Reeves. Drives on the baseline, is cut off. Back to Jalen. She lobs it over the top for Beebe. Beebe that is cut off with the help defense by Brown and then lost the handle, and Brown takes it away. That's good defense by Bailey. Up ahead to Scout Frame. 2-on-1 goes right at Stapleton. It looked like Jalen blocked the shot, but they're going to call her for the foul. And that will be the Barton County transfer's second personal foul.
Yeah, that was a clean block by Stapleton. Even the official, his signal was a push instead of a hack, and she had her right hand on the basketball there.
Kaylee Jo Neely will check out, coming in for the first time, a 6-foot junior from Manford. She did play in the game up at Alva and had 2 points, 3 rebounds in 6.5 minutes. First foul shot is up, and it's good. So one more foul shot up coming for Scout Frame. And that one is short. And Southern had the rebound, but it was taken away by Steiger, and it's out of bounds off Northwestern. That's something that Bo talked to you and I about before the ball game. Southwestern was ripping the ball out of our hands.
It was the other Northwestern player came across the lane to take it out of her hands.
Carissa Price has hit 3 of her last 4. They cut Southern to the basket, and she lays it in. Well, I like the way they were able to get their half-court set and get the easy looks. Mo with her first basket.
Yeah, Bo calling a lot of these plays from the sideline, giving signals on this man-to-man, the give and go.
41-40 at the high post with it is Reeves. Pump fakes, pulls up, airballed it. Bailey Brown with a rebound, takes a dribble, goes back up with contact, missed it, and a foul underneath called against Oklahoma Baptist.
I think Carissa Price blocked that initial shot. Why it was an air ball.
Timeout on the floor with 4:38 to play in the third. Not much separation between these two teams. It's 41-40. Northwestern of the OBU Radio.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests in our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. people who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. More than book smart, more than business smart, and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
4:39 to play. Once upon a time, the Lady Rangers could not beat OBU in women's basketball. They're trying for what would be a program best. 5th straight victory over the Bison women of the hardwood.
Well, Jalen Stapleton looks like she's got a little bit more fire in her eyes coming out here in the latter half. You can tell that she definitely wants to win. Maybe a couple threes from Carissa Price and some offense from somewhere else to get OBU over the hump.
Both teams shooting well from 3 in the second half. Northwestern 2 of 2, OBU 1 of 1. Johnson pulls to the inbound pass, takes a dribble and lays it in. That'll help your shooting percentage as well, as they now are 5 of 8 are the Lady Rangers for 62.5% here in the period. Lead back to 3, 43-40. Stapleton throws it away as she was looking for Beebe down low. That is only the 6th turnover tonight for the Bison.
I think that was on the receiver, Beebe. Beebe came out too far trying to get a seal on the defender, pushed off a little bit, but she didn't get back in time on the lob pass.
Correction, 7th turnover against OBU. Left quarter is Cass Reeves to Johnson. She goes to the floor, digs it out to Reeves for 3, and she got it. Tell you what, that's just great effort by Maya Johnson to save the possession.
Somebody for OBU had to tie that ball up. That's why it was wide open three-pointer for Cass Reeves.
46-40 Northwestern, the biggest lead for either side here tonight. Comes with under 4 to play in the third period. Stapleton lobs it left side for Price. Carissa above her head. Dribbles left to the wing. OBU or Northwestern to the zone. Savannah with it. Foul line right center. Turns. Back rims the jump shot. Reeves has the carom for Northwestern.
Good call by Tasha Dieselhorst to mix up the defense there. They've been in a man-to-man the majority of the game and went to a 2-3.
Reeves lobs it for Brown out high to Johnson. It's poked away by Beebe. Good job by Jenny. To Price. Bounces it up ahead to Stapleton. Pump fakes. Goes to the goal. Layup good. And a foul against Bailey Brown.
Wow, good pass up by Price to Stapleton. Stapleton knew that Bailey Brown, much taller at 6'1", could block her shot. She hesitated, pump fake, and then drew the contact for the N1.
Bailey Brown has her second personal foul. Jalen Stapleton to go to the foul line to cut the deficit at half with a free throw, and she does. Jalen's made 4 straight at the line after missing her first 2, and we get a timeout on the floor. And we will keep it right here with 3:20 to play in the third. OBU's down by 3, 46-43. Bison in the second half have shot much better. They're 8 of 12 for 67%. The two teams in the first half were just dreadful. Both shot under 30%, but both have come out looking much more focused, much more crisp on the offensive end.
And in the second half, Dieselhorst is going to the money girl, Maya Johnson, in the paint. Even though OBU triple teams on the 2-3 zone with the bottom players, there's no front on Maya Johnson. If one player would just front her, she would not be able to catch that ball in the paint.
OBU basketball presented on the network by the banking team you can count on, the First National Bank and Trust Company. Talk also Shawnee, where they compassionately serve the healthcare needs of Shawnee and their surrounding communities. We're known for providing exceptional care and offering the latest advances in medical services. Time back in, 3:19 to play third period. Northwestern led a moment ago by 6. Stapleton's old-fashioned 3 has reduced it down to 46-43, and Jalen a team-high 13 tonight. In fact, that's a game-high total. Right corner is Scout Frame. Leaves it for Bailey Brown out high to Johnson. They triple team her. She'll kick it out for Frame. Scout's 3 rolls off no good. Brown was surprised with the rebound, how open she was, and then puts it in.
Yeah, it was a good closeout by Melissa Southern on the three-point shot, but no backside rebounding. Again, everybody's worried about Maya Johnson on the other side of the lane.
20th offensive rebound given up tonight by OBU. They trail 48-43. Stapleton into the paint and a foul. And I think they're going to call the foul on Cass Reeves. That's her second. It's the third team foul against the Lady Rangers, 3 on the board against OBU. Southern will check out. Highfield will check in. Kayla in the first half played 6:15, tallied 4 points. Her plus-minus was 204 field goal shooting. Price to inbound to Highfield, foul line left. Backs it out to Stapleton, whips it left to Savannah, underneath the Price, drives, and Johnson blocked the shot. Beebe gets it back, pivots, goes up, missed everything with the left hand. Another in-close shot, no bueno for OBU.
You just can't win that way. There was a good job by Jenny Beebe to pick up the loose ball and quickly shoot, but The ball went off the backboard, didn't even hit the rim.
Wing left with it for Northwestern. Josita Frame bounces it for Johnson. Back to Josita, penetrates the zone and travels. Or did she? They're looking and calling a foul across the way. It looked like that Jenny Beebe maybe had forced a travel.
Definitely was sliding across the lane after the dribble there, but I guess the C official saw something in the lane.
Well, it's against Carissa Price. That's what he saw. That's her second, team fourth. With 2:12 to play in the third, they inbound to Neely, who catches, goes up and scores, and she's fouled.
Yeah, Jenny Beebe went for the pump fake, bodied the shooter just a little bit, but she needs to hit Joe Neely a little bit harder if she's going to get the fouls instead of get the three-point opportunity.
Third foul against Jenny Beebe, so Kaylee Joe Neely to the line. She'll have an first point. Just like that, Northwestern has opened the lead to 7, 50-43, pending a free throw. Foul shot is up, and Neely misses that one. The rebound tipped by Price out of bounds, or was it? Now they're pointed the way of OBU basketball. May have been last touched, I think it was, by Kiana Walker.
How it looked, I saw the same thing you did. I thought Carissa Price hit that with her left hand.
Stapleton and Price out there on the floor. Beebe is out there, Malou Savannah and Kayla Highfill for Oklahoma Baptist. Under 2 minutes now to play here with the third. Stapleton lobs it to Malou Savannah, left front court against the push-down zone. Jalen with it to Price, out high to Beebe. Drives, kicks it left corner. Savannah for three. That's the shot you want. Wouldn't drop. Walker loses the handle, but Maya Johnson right there for Northwestern. Then Johnson almost commits it over and back. Gets it into the hands of Shepard to Walker. Baseline left to Kylie Jo Neely. She'll cross-court it. Frames three right circle, no. Johnson runs down the rebound after she knocks Stapleton to the floor. Another second chance for Walker. That one spins off, and finally Jenny Beebe restores order underneath.
Yeah, good rebound by Beebe, but that was three extra shots for the Rangers.
21 offensive rebounds. Stapleton goes right at Johnson. Ill-advised shot. Johnson with the block and the rebound. She'll leave it up ahead for Shepard. Down the paint she goes. Kicks it right for Josita Frame. Savannah pokes it away. Frame gets it back. Right corner to Lizzie Shepard with 70 seconds to play in the third. Northwestern leading by 7. It's their biggest lead of the night. Walker with it, wing left. Bounces at foul line left for Neely. Cross courts at Frame. Open for three, and she got it. 9 on 3 three-point baskets for Josita Frame. And Frame now from beyond the arc is 3 of 6 shooting. OBU in trouble. They trail by 10. And Beebe can't handle the pass. Fortunately, it hit a Lady Ranger Frame, and then Beebe regathers. Deep three by Price. No good right wing, and the rebound yanked down by the Lady Rangers with 36 seconds to play here in the third. Shepard cross-courts it to Walker to the trailer, cutting down the floor. Neely, and it's tipped. And actually, it was not. It was thrown out of bounds.
No, Price tipped that ball. Then Joe Neely went out of bounds.
3 with a half minute to go here in the third. Price into the paint, kicks it left side. Savannah with it to CP. 20 seconds to play, a difference of 2 of the shot and game clock in the third. Beebe banging her way to the floor, or to the goal, is knocked down and fouled hard by Kaylee Jo Neely, and that's going to be her first.
Well, there's all kinds of bodies falling on the floor. A lot of noise on that hardwood made me think this is a physical game.
It's been a little physical. That's the 4th foul in the period against Northwestern. Bo Overton having something with the way. Now he sits down. Price will inbound to Stapleton. Shot clock is off with 12 seconds to play in the third. Lady Rangers lead at Shawnee by 10, looking for their 5th straight win head-to-head against OBU. Right side, Stapleton cross-courts it for Price. Deep three on the way. No good. Rebound tip. Highfill standing underneath. Gets it. Throws it in before the horn. Maybe that will change things. Going to the 4th, a very fortuitous bounce for OBU, and Highfill pays it off. We've played 3 in Shawnee. Northwestern 53, Oklahoma Baptist 45. Back for the 4th in a moment on the OBU.
Yes. Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich. It's just so, it's almost too hard to put into words. Good thing there's the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at
Noble McIntyre of McIntyre Law. We have over 100 years of combined litigation experience fighting for Oklahomans injured as a result of a semi-crash. These crashes are traumatic and in most cases cause catastrophic injuries and even death. Our most recent trial involved a fatal semi-truck crash, resulting in a $4.25 million verdict for our client. If you have been injured and want to know more about your rights, call us. The consultation is free.
We love what we do, and we're good at it. We are trial lawyers. Call McIntyre Law today.
at the end of the quarter is going to puts it off the glass from the left side. She's 3 for 5 from the field, the second leading scorer in just 6 minutes and 15 seconds in the first half, limited in the latter half for 6 points, just behind Stapleton.
And the fifth player out there, I believe, is Kylie Jo Neely. It is. Quarter right is Josetta Frank. Away here in the fourth. Northwestern like this girl. She's going to be a good player. 50 may win. Well, they're in position right now with a half minute gone here with the fourth.
Well, on the pace when you
missed that one strong. Rebound Karams to Lizzie Shepard. Shepard back.
Phil got the block shot on the initial shot, but that second one, she came down like a tomahawk. That was an obvious foul.
First foul that Northwest Oklahoma native. So Bailey Brown will go to the free throw line. She is really good from there at 81%. Foul shot is up, and that one. Bailey Brown with just her 5th point. She has scored in double figures, I believe, in every game of her career to this point against OBU. Second foul shot is up, and that one pinballs it out and stays out as Highfield has the lead. Is in the active zone. Stapleton cross courts it for Price, who's run off the circle. Cross courts at Savannah. Corner right 3. No. And the rebound to Brown. To Lizzie. Now veer back towards the top of the circle. Frame with it. Foul line extended right side. To Shepard. She'll put up 3 and got it. Big time trouble now. 59-45. Stapleton with it between the circles. Cross courts it for Price. Works to the foul line. Now turns the quarter, kicks it out to Savannah for she got it. So she has shooting. She's a good shooter, but is in a slump right now. That cuts it back down to 10. Timeout on the floor, 8:24 to play here in the ball. Northwestern leads at 59-48. We're back after these messages on the Bison Radio Network.
For more and buy it for less. At Hudeberg Chevy in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Chevys for less. And you'll get payments that fit any budget. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Trade it in for more, buy it for less. It's that easy. At Hudeberg Buick GMC in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Buicks and GMCs for less. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
Well, from a Northwestern standpoint, you look at this game and you say, how do you go out on the road shooting 37.5% and have a double-digit lead in the fourth period? I'll tell you how you do it. Rebounds. They've almost doubled up OBU, 50-22 of the glass, including 22-6 of the offensive end. OBU just 1 of 3 to start the fourth period. Northwestern has it. That one was a big 3 a moment ago by Malou Savannah that took us into the timeout. Right side with it is Josetta Frame. Out high. Now they bounce it down low to Brown, who uses that patented wheel move and spins and lays it in off the glass with the left hand.
Great play by Brown. You say that wheel move, and she was left-handed that time between 3 defenders.
Lead back to 13. Stapleton with it. Quarter right to Highfield. Guarded by Walker. Back to Jalen. Fakes the pass. Fires a 3. No. Top of the circle. Rebound tipped out off 2 Northwestern players and finally run down by Josetta Frame. It's getting late. 7:45 to play. Northwestern leads at 61-48 here at the Noble Complex, where OBU has lost 8 straight games since defeating Ouachita late last year. Down low with the basketball is Neely, and she had it stripped in her hands on the way up out of bounds. Here comes Maya Johnson, who was a big troublemaker again in the third period for the Lady Rangers. In the first half, she scored just 4 points and has 3 field goals and a couple of free throws. Bad inbounds defense. They bounce it to Frame, who's wide open, and she lays it in.
Josina Frame did a good job waiting until Maya Johnson moved and snuck behind Maya Johnson, and nobody saw Frame for the wide open layup.
63-48. Out high with the basketball. River Romine kicks it on the wing for Engler. Back to River. Swings it left for Price. Price with the right hand, pulls up at the top of the circle, now accelerates right. Johnson blocked the shot and a late whistle. And I think CP is going to go to the foul line. And if that's against Maya Johnson, I'm going to tell you that is a very, very late whistle, and that's exactly who it's against, and that's her third.
And it looked like Johnson got the ball cleanly, but she came down, followed through. Price was kind of laughing like she kind of, I think, took a little tumble there to get the whistle.
Looking for the perfect gift for the OBU student, alumni, or fan in your life? Visit shopobubison.com, the official online store of Oklahoma Baptist University Athletics, for the best selection of officially licensed gifts, apparel, and more, with proceeds benefiting OBU. Price hits the first, misses the second, rebound juggled, and Northwestern has it. Scout Frame comes up with it. It's 8 points for Price tonight. She's had back-to-back double-figure scoring games. 63-49 with under 7 to play. Brown with it out high, fakes a handoff, drives right, turns the corner. Now pivots, uses a drop step, and lays it in. Boy, she just abused J.C. Engler right there.
Yeah, just moved the defense back and forth with the dribble and then pump fake and off the glass.
Bailey starting to heat up. She's got 9 in the first half, only had 2. Wing right, Engler to Highfill on the baseline. Draws a double, loops it back to J.C. to Romine. Swings it left. Price down low to Petra Riota. Throws up a little runner and hit the rim and drops down. Andrea Petrarita now has 10.
Petrarita catching the ball out on the left side. Ball fake, dribbles into the paint with like running jump hook.
65-51 Northwestern with 6:11 to play in the ball game. Johnson spins away, goes back door, and she traveled, trying to lose Petrarita.
Yeah, just that extra little bunny hop caused the official to blow the whistle on the walk there.
Second half brought to you by Sin Relief, where you can make a difference in your community and the world around you when help and hope combined, lives are forever changed. Price with it, dances between the circles out front, right wing side for Highfill. Back to CP with the left hand, gets into the paint. Now tries to turn the corner, is cut off by Johnson on the left block. Romine whips a pass to Engler. Thought about a 3, turns it down, drives left, loses the handle, runs it down to the corner, 5 to shoot. Price with it to Romine. She'll pull up elbow right, back rims it. No. Petrarita with a stick back, too strong, and it's out of bounds. Last touched by J.C. Engler.
Good defense by Northwestern, forcing OBU to use the entirety of the shot clock.
You're right. Northwestern has defended much, much better here in the second half. OBU, after halftime, is 11 of 25 shooting. For the ball game, the Bison 35%, Northwestern up to 41%, and they are 14 of 31 here in the second half. Out high is Josetta Frame, working against River Romine. Bounces it to Brown, foul line left, she angles through the paint. Back to Josetta with 7 on the shot clock. Right corner at Scout Frame to Bailey Brown. Cross courts at left wing to Shepard. Drives. Pulls up from 11. No at the shot clock. Rebound, though, tipped by Scout Frame. And they'll get a fresh 20 on the shot clock, and they take it under 5 minutes to play in the game, leading by 14. And the entry pass tipped and stolen away by Highfill. Kayla with the basketball. 2-on-2. All the way to the goal. Layup is good. Highfill and Northwestern, there's something going on here. She plays really well against her hometown Lady Rangers. She's got 8 timeout Tasha Dieselhorst as OBU has cut it down to a 12-point deficit, 65-53 with 4:43 to play.
And in limited playing time, Highfield leads Oklahoma Baptist with 8 points.
Don't forget, we will be in Durant coming up on Saturday afternoon. Network pregame show at 1:45. Women will tip at 2, men at 4. It'll be nice to have another men's-women's conference doubleheader. Tell you what, they are just having all sorts of problems with COVID over in Arkansas. No consistency of games being scheduled. Ouachita Baptist women, who had their first 5 games this year, canceled because of COVID, was set to restart, and now they've had to cancel 4 more games. They have yet to play a conference game as Ouachita.
Wow.
65-53, 4:42 to play in the ball game. Before we continue, let us pause for stations to identify themselves. This is Oklahoma Baptist Bison basketball on the OBU Radio Network. Still plenty of time to go, Dog, but, man, you got to start getting stops and making shots at the other end.
Yeah, there's definitely got to have to be stops, and they can't let Northwestern run the shot clock all the way down, either being down 12 points.
Northwestern scoring drought now has eclipsed more than 2 minutes. That's helped OBU score 4 straight and cut it down to 12. Brown with it, squares up on the baseline, being pestered by River Romine. Shoots it across the floor. Drive it in is Reeves. Got a deflected pass to Scout Frame in the corner from her sister Josetta. Back to Scout for 3. With 3 to shoot, won't go. Rebound saved in bounds by Scout Frame, but she did so to Engler. OBU quickly left or right across your radio dial. To Petrarita up ahead. Takes a drop step, lays it up, missed it. And Andrea, who's perfect tonight at the line, will go there for a pair.
That really helps OBU with the clock stopped at 4:09, down 65-53. Trying to score and cut into that lead by Northwestern with the clock not moving.
Kess Reeves picks up her third, second team foul against the Lady Rangers here in the fourth. Andrea Petrarita will go to the free throw line. Good to hear from my buddy Cassidy Fletcher. He and I used to work together doing Oklahoma Baptist sports. He's dialed in tonight, and good to hear from you, partner. Hope you're enjoying the game. Wish the score, like you said, were a little better. Petrarita now 5 of 5 at the foul line, hits the first. OBU can cut this thing down to 10 points with a second free throw they do. How about this? Little 6-0 run over 2:46 now for OBU.
One more of those would just be really close, and the Bison just one more player other than Highfield, maybe a couple threes from Engler or someone just to get Bison on the top.
Northwestern easily beats the full court pressure. Brown with a diagonal cross-court pass for Kess Reeves. Out high to Kylie Jo Neely. She fumbles it. It's picked up by Walker. They swing it around the perimeter. Josetta Frames. Bounce pass for Neely is fumbled in OBU. Comes out of there with another turnover. The 20th of the night for Northwestern. And then Romine's half-court pass is knocked away out of bounds. By the way, Cassidy said even you sound decent. So.
Oh, really? Yeah. Hey, Cassidy. Hope to see you soon. Right there, that River Romine, that wasn't just a half-court pass. She was 11 feet back in the backcourt. That was ill-advised all the way to the goal, but fortunately Northwestern knocked it out of bounds.
Lizzie Shepard will come in, and Josetta Frame will go to the bench. OBU on a 6-0 run over the last 3:13. They've cut it down to 10. Highfield fakes a pass, drives in, had it stripped out of her hands, and now a foul has been called. And is that against Maya Johnson? If so, that's her fourth. And that whistle came after Northwestern already had possession of the basketball. That is the fourth foul against Maya Johnson. Maya Johnson continues to be besieged with foul problems. Left circle is Price to Romine. Bang! She knocks down a 3 right side. River with her first basket, and don't look now, it's a 7-point game. As the drought continues, it's now almost 4 minutes for the Lady Rangers.
Yes, and just 3:16 left. Another stopper is still be huge for the Bison here.
Right side, Kess Reeves. In the corner it goes for Shepard. Bounces it down low for Johnson. Dribbles underneath. Left corner 3 by Walker, no. Rebound tip, Petrarita has it. And she'll hold up very wisely and get it into the hands of Carissa Price. Price, who's played 4 different positions this year for OBU. Spins right wing and now sets the offense. She cross-courts it for Highfield, who fakes a pass, puts up a 3, no. Rebound down low for Maya Johnson. 65-58. We're at 2:40 to play now in the ballgame.
Petrarita did what she could for the offensive rebound, but Johnson is a juggernaut inside. She's just too strong.
4:08, the scoring drought now for Northwestern at a most inopportune time. And Tasha Dieselhorst wants a 30-second timeout. I guess you could afford a 4-minute scoring drought in the final period when you had, at one point, a lead of 16 points, 65-49.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And Oklahoma Baptist, it's just a shame. They came out of the locker room on that 6-0 run, looked so aggressive. It was so different from the offense from both ends in the opening half. And then Northwestern just smoked some of those 3-pointers.
Today's game brought to you by the First National Bank and Trust Company, where they pride themselves on building relationships with neighbors and customers. For more details, visit them online, fnbokla.bank for details. Down low with it is Johnson. Johnson nearly had it taken away by Price. Whips it across the floor. Open 3 by Shepard. No good. Rebound tip. Johnson had her hands on it, and they're going to call a foul against Maya Johnson.
Yeah, she knocked Carissa
and that's
Price
her 5th personal foul.
Carissa Price went flying on the floor because Johnson's there. Well, Johnson's still out there.
They've called it on Bailey Brown. That's why. That's her 4th personal foul. So not only is the scoring drought approaching 4.5 minutes for the Lady Rangers, but Tasha Dieselhorst has 2 of her offensive weapons, her best of the year, in serious foul trouble. Romine angles through the top of the circle, pulls up left wing. Engler with it, top of the circle, being pestered there by Cass Reeves. Now Engler takes her off the dribble, whips it left corner for Price. Back to JC with 12 to shoot. Engler right of a screen is cut off of the foul line, and a lazy lob pass stolen away by Shepard. Well, that's a killer turnover. Then Price knocks it away from behind. It's saved in bounds to Lizzie Shepard, but they're going to call over and back. That's the correct call.
And that was because Carissa Price, with the heads up after OBU turned the ball over, snuck up behind to punch it out, and Northwestern was in disarray.
You know, that's what I like about Carissa. Her offense has not been there tonight. 3 of 9 for the floor. Only 1 of 4 from 3, but you've seen her mature during her time on Bison Hill. That doesn't affect her effort on the defensive end.
No, she gets a lot of defensive touches throughout the game.
Highfill and a half-court pass from Romine lays it in. And Kayla Highfill has her first career double-digit scoring game. And the lead is down to 65-60 with 1:35 to play. They'll trigger a 3. That one is short. And Johnson unable to save it in bounds. Cass Reeves almost airballed a straight-on 3. And it's a 2-possession lead that was once 16 here in the 4th period, as recently as 6:50 to play.
And Tasha Dieselhorst was very upset. When that 3-pointer went up, you could hear her yell, no.
Drought is over 5 minutes now for Northwestern. Left wing is Engler. You don't have to have a 3. Price, though, is going to put one up, stepping left, and misses everything wide right. Maya Johnson with a rebound. We're at 1:06 to play now here in the ball game. Northwestern 65, Oklahoma Baptist 60. Wing right. Frame works foul line extended in front of her head coach, Tasha Dieselhorst. 15 to shoot. They lob over the top to Johnson. She's doubled, whips it left. Walker, top of the circle. Reeves turns to an open 3. Now goes to Frame with 5 to shoot. Josina dribbles right corner. Lobs it for Johnson. She's doubled. Now triple team, throws it up, missed it. She's going to go to the line. It's exactly what Northwestern wanted, and they got it, getting it down low to Maya Johnson.
That might have been a foul, but I have a problem with the trail official making that call from way out top when the lead official right on the baseline, just 6 feet from him, has no call.
J.C. Engler with her second. 1:45 Saturday afternoon from Durant. 5:15 back here next Monday night for rivalry night against Southern Aztecs. All games are on Oklahoma Baptist University Athletics YouTube channel. Johnson is short of the first free throw.
Maybe the ball doesn't lie as she bricked that free throw. It looked like Engler came and tied Johnson up down in the paint.
She has not been a good free throw shooter as Maya Johnson this year. You can tell it by her first 2. And now she's 3 of 4. She hits that. Well, you know what? Missing 1 is huge because it still makes it just a 2-possession game at 66-60 with 43.9 seconds to play.
Definitely still have a lifeline here for the Bison. Got to push this ball up quick and get a 3-pointer.
Romine has played well here in the 4th period at point guard. To Highfill into the front court. Price overheads it to Romine. Down low to Petrarida, who spins and scores out the window. Andrea Petrarida with her 4th basket. 28 seconds to play, a difference of a second and a half on the shot and game clock. You're going to have to foul down 2 possessions, 66-62. Northwestern will spread it out, and they're going to get it into the hands of Bailey Brown, and Carissa Price will touch her and get the foul, and that's her 3rd. So if OBU is going to come back, and it has been a furious rally here with the 4th period, they're going to have some help from the visitors from Alva at the free throw line. That's actually only the 3rd team foul, so you're going to have to hurry because the shot clock is now off. Northwestern with 4 team fouls, the Bison with 3. Cass Reeves to inbound to Bailey Brown. You got to go get her, and that's Price that does again, and CP has her 4th. That took about 2 seconds, so 17 and a half seconds remain.
Boy,
next one will go ahead.
Somebody could just get a steal here. You're face guarding the defense. If somebody just peeks and just kind of anticipates one and gets one, it's something that's got to happen.
Northwestern has not won since January the 9th when they held on for a 9-point victory in Percival Fieldhouse. Final score that day was 65-56. No Jalen Stapleton, no Khalifa Ford that day. Still no Khalifa, although we're being told she is really close, maybe as soon as within about 7 days for her return. Jalen Stapleton has played well tonight, 13.6 assists and only 2 turnovers in 29 minutes. But River Romine has played well as to boot. 11 minutes off of the bench, 3 points. She has 2 assists.
Yeah, River Romine hit a big three, nothing but net to keep OBU in this contest.
Northwestern will inbound. They bounce it to Brown, and it's off of Bailey out of bounds, right in front of Tasha Dieselhorst.
Just what Oklahoma Baptist needed, being pesky with the ball, forcing a turnover.
22nd turnover forced tonight by OBU, and again coming in, they were only averaging a little less than 14 turnovers forced per ball game. The inbound to Romine across midcourt, 13 seconds to go. Highfield with it out front to Price. 10 seconds to play. 4-point game. Romine with it to Engler. She'll put up a three. It barely draws to the front of the rim. Neely has it, and that'll just about do it if she hits 2 at the other end, as she's fouled immediately. That possession took way too long. 3.8 seconds remain.
And the first mistake, River Romine was only 7 feet from the baseline when Northwestern was all the way back. All she had to do is stand up near half court, and that would have saved about 3 seconds.
Highfield picks up her second personal foul. Kayla Big off the bench tonight. 10 points, 3 steals, and a rebound. First foul shot is up, and it's good. And one more will put this one to bed in favor of Northwestern. So Neely, who's missed one and made one at a pattern, hits both. The Northwestern's headed back to Alva, having snapped a 3-game losing skid. OBU will enter into a 60-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here. 3.8 seconds to play. It is 68-62 Northwestern. It was thought the Ranger men might actually play tonight. They have not had enough to field a team in terms of numbers. And no, Vinay Patel and his staff up there have to be really frustrated. They haven't played since Southern Nazarene, the conference opener, the first week of the month. These two will play next month, early at Alva and then late in February back here at the Noble Complex if everything goes as scheduled.
And then both the women and Bison men will play at Durant this Saturday.
I know Scott's a little bit excited about that trip. You're going back to that old Italian place she loves so much.
Yeah, that's kind of a hobby of ours, finding nice places to
Ours?
eat. James Hill, the SID.
Okay.
There
we go, 3.8 seconds to play. It's academic at this point, 68-62. The Bison will inbound to the front court. Price will do the honors, gets it to Engler, who turns, throws it up, back rims it. Northwestern the rebound, and that will finish it. Northwestern won by 9 at Alva. They win by 6 here in Shawnee. 68-62 is the final score. And you know what? It is appropriate. Came on a miss. A night OBU shot poorly, 37%. And on an OBU or a Northwestern rebound, they had 58 retrievals tonight on the offensive and defensive glass, including a 23-7 offensive rebounding advantage over the Bison. Final score, 68-62. OBU remains winless in the vote over Tenera. Northwestern is 2-3 in the conference. They snap a 3-game losing skid and go to 4-3 overall. The second half tonight on the Bison Radio Network brought to you by Sin Relief, helping you make a difference in your community and the world around you, because when help and hope combine, lives are changed. Our post-game show is coming up next. Final again, Northwestern 68, Oklahoma Baptist 62. This is OBU basketball on the Bison Radio Network.
To thank the following sponsors for their support of Bison basketball: Bank First, Billy Boy Barbecue, Boomerang Diners, Chick-fil-A Shawnee, the Citizen Potawatomi Nation, the Dennis Morris State Farm Insurance Agency, Eric's Pharmacy, First National Bank and Trust, First United Bank, Hampton Inn Shawnee, Hudeberg Auto Group, Emmanuel Baptist Church, Lowe's, McIntyre Law, Sin Relief, the OBU Graduate College, P&K Equipment, Pine Cliff Printers, Qdoba, Rob's Smokehouse, Shawnee Mills, Shawnee Pit Stop, Sherwin-Williams, South Central Industries, SSM Health, St. Anthony Hospital Shawnee, TAC Designs,
Tinker Federal Credit Union, The Lunchbox, the UPS Store, Village Tours and Travel, Vision Bank, Walls, and Whataburger.
Back here with you for the Noble Complex on the Bison Radio Network. Todd Miller, Scott Wanish, and the crew. Tough one tonight for OBU. I really thought this was the night they get their first win, but they come up 6 points short, 68-62. They outscored Northwestern by 2 in the fourth period, a period that outdid them in the first meeting with the Lady Rangers. But really it was the end of the third, the early part of the fourth, when Northwestern salted this game away. With 6:50 left to play, OBU trailed 65-49, and then Northwestern went on those long scoring droughts that they're sometimes accustomed to. Went over 5.5 minutes. OBU then got back into the ball game, but just the damage had been done too early in the fourth period.
You know, I think Bo Overton's going to have to play a lot more Kayla Highfield. Limited minutes, only 18 minutes, 55 seconds played by Highfield, the freshman. 5 of 9 from the field, 10 points. That only trailed Petrarita 14 and Stapleton 13, the full-time players.
Take a look at the final numbers. Northwestern shoots 37.5%, 24 of 64. It's hit a 31. Northwestern from 3. This is a team that averages less than 3.5 makes from beyond the arc. Lady Rangers attempted 28 free throws in the first meeting. Tonight, just 10 of 15 for the line. OBU was 36.5% shooting, 23 of 63, 5 of 19 from 3. And for the foul line, they attempted 14, made 11. And a lot of that was thanks to Andrea Petrarita, who was 6 of 6 en route to a career-high 14 points tonight in a losing effort for OBU. Rebounds, and we talked about this during the course of the broadcast, a huge, huge problem tonight for OBU, and an even bigger advantage for the Lady Rangers, 58-27, including better than 3-1 of the offensive glass, 23-7. 22 turnovers for the Lady Rangers, yet they win a game that OBU was held to a season-low 8 turnovers. But again, they fall 68-62. Points from turnovers, a big advantage for OBU tonight, 25-11 points in the paint, plus 4. Northwestern, 28-24. Second chance points, only an 8-point advantage for Northwestern despite the huge offensive rebounding advantage, 12-4. Fast break points, Bison 14, the Lady Rangers 13, bench scoring 29-18 in favor of the visitors from Alva. Final score tonight, 68-62. OBU now falls to 0-5 in the conference, 0-6 overall. Northwestern hands the Bison their 9th consecutive home court loss dating back to the Ouachita Baptist game in the final month of the regular season here a year ago. And overall, OBU's losing skid has reached 14 straight in all games since the end of the 2020 season. Final score, 68-62. We'll take a break, be back with the individual numbers as our postgame show rolls along. Bo Overton will join us on the network here in just a moment. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU. From Norman to Bartlesville, Oklahoma City to Tulsa, and, of course, the flagship station here in Shawnee, KGFF. Bison basketball statewide of the Oklahoma News Network. I'm Todd Miller along with Scott Wanish on the postgame show. OBU falls tonight to Northwestern 68-62. Bo Overton joins us from the floor. And, Coach, a lot of things that you did better tonight, but another area that bit you, and that was on the glass.
Well, I think you got to give a lot of credit to Northwestern. They've got big bodies in there. They're real active, and I thought our guys fought it well, and just a couple of execution type things going down the stretch there that I got to do a little bit better job with. But I'm really proud of this team. They keep fighting, and we're getting better with a lot of things, and that showed tonight.
Yeah, you're right, Bo, because with 6:50 to play in the ballgame, your team is down its largest deficit of the night of 16 points. At that point, sometimes games become complete routes, 25, 30-point losses. Tonight you cut it down to a two-possession game after that hole.
Well, I thought the players that were on the floor there, Jalen got kicked there for a minute and had to come out, but River came in and really gave us some good minutes. Just really, proud of the way they fought and, played 40 minutes. And I really noticed that we took a lot better care of the ball tonight than we have been, which is, we've really been working on. And we'll just keep playing. And, when you miss, I think we missed 9 layups in the first half that are point, you got to make those plays. And to me, that's kind of the difference in the game is that with all the rebounding and all that stuff going on, I just felt like, their players made a couple more shots than ours did.
Kayla Highfill, I guess you need to just tell her in practice. Yeah. You need to tell her in every game it's Northwestern because she's put together her 2 best games very early on in her career against the Lady Rangers.
Well, she gets better every day, and she's real active out there. That's what I like about her. She's real active. She's real long. She just she loves to play, and you can see it when you watch her.
Appreciate the comments. We'll see you on Saturday down at Durant.
All right, thanks a lot.
OBU Bison head coach Bo Overton visiting with us. His club falls tonight to 0-6 on the season, 0-5 in the conference, 68-62. He's right, though, and of course he's right. He's the head coach, but there were a lot of good things. I know that people get tired of saying that, but right now it's just a matter of putting together a complete game. I mean, the turnovers were not the problem tonight. Second, third chances for Northwestern, a big problem. Still going to make some open shots, but this team 3 weeks ago, no way. They come back from 16 down to even make it respectable. Tonight they gave themselves a chance to win.
And that's the most amazing statistic to me is the turnovers, that OBU was doing so many other good things, but getting outscored by 15, 20 points in the turnover battle. This time they're up in the plus 14 against Northwestern and lose. And you can kind of say that's on the rebounding. Maya Johnson's going to get hers, but she gets 20. She's very dominating in there. And then when Oklahoma Baptist shoots 27% at halftime, that just gives them a lot more rebounds to go. And as Bo pointed out, those point-blank layups, wide-open looks from the three-point line and in, you got to make those shots to win these games.
Individually tonight, you speak of Maya Johnson. She had 13 points and 20 rebounds in a winning effort for the Lady Rangers. 7 of those 20 came on the offensive glass. Josina Frame was the only other player in double figures for Northwestern, 11 points, 4 of 9, shooting 3 of 6 from three-point range. Bailey Brown had 9 points, 11 rebounds, so she just missed yet another double-double. 9 points apiece from Kaylee Jo Neely, who had 6 rebounds, 9 and 6 boards for Kiana Walker. Walker, I don't believe, scored in the second half, but she got red hot going into the halftime locker room, hit 3 of the last 4 for Northwestern from beyond the arc after they had really struggled and allowed them to take a 3-point lead, 28-25 to the break. Rest of the scoring, not much of it tonight for Northwestern. Only one other player that played scored. Cass Reeves had 5 points, 3 rebounds, and she had 1 assist. Best plus-minus tonight for Northwestern, Kiana Walker, was a plus 14. Tonight, Oklahoma Baptist gets 3 double figures behind a career high on 14 from Andrea Petrorita. She again flirted with yet another double, 8 rebounds. She played 26.5 minutes, was 4 of 7 shooting, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Jalen Stapleton, 13 points, a rebound, 6 assists, and 1 steal. She played 28 minutes and 51 seconds of the ball game. Kayla Highfield had 10 points to go along with 1 rebound, 5 of 9 shooting, and those are your double-digit scores tonight for the Bison. Carissa Price finished with 9 and 5 rebounds. I thought a complete game for CP, who had 5 assists tonight, 1 steal and 1 block. Carissa played all 40 minutes of the ball game. 6 points in a losing effort for Malou Savannah. She was 2 of 6 shooting, all from three-point range. Savannah had 1 assist in the ball game as well. 3 points apiece from J.C. Engler and River Romine. I thought Romine played really well after Stapleton went out in the fourth period. Romine played 11 minutes of the ball game, 1 of 4 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 assists, and a plus-minus of +5. 3 points from J.C. Engler, as we told you, and then 2 points in the ball game from Jenny Beebe to go along with 4 rebounds, 2 points and a rebound for Melissa Southern. Bench scoring tonight was really big in favor of Northwestern, though, although it felt like it was much bigger for OBU. 29-18, the Ranger Reserves outscore the Bison. Biggest lead, Northwestern led by 16 with 3 minutes and 10 seconds gone to the fourth quarter. OBU's last lead was by 3 with 4:29 to play in the second period. And again, they would go to the halftime locker room with a deficit of 28-27. OBU had the game's longest scoring run, 11 straight in a 1:47 period of the fourth period, 7 unanswered in a stretch of 6:34 the third period for Northwestern. OBU only led tonight 5 minutes and 30 seconds. The Lady Rangers, the other 29-35, and they win it on the final buzzer, 68-62. We'll take one final break, be back to wrap it up for the Noble Complex in just a moment. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network.